Let me pull up my notes real quick.
How do we look, Kyle? Sad and depressed? That's what we're going for. We're not going for good.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to 9 to 5 Bears, the show where two coworkers and friends talk about the Bears before/after work. Sometimes. My name is Eric, and with me always is my friend and coworker, Brett. Hey, Brett.
Hey, Eric. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. We look very Bears festive today, or lack thereof, because
there's no
reason to wear anything Bears related when the team plays like that.
The logos have gone from the clothing to the drinkware, and that's where they are.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what this tastes like.
Maybe just turn that the other way.
That tastes like an 0-2 Yeti glass or whatever they call it.
We're gonna talk about the catastrophic blowout that the Bears suffered at the hands of the Lions. The score was 52-21. But before we do that, I just wanted to mention our show is always brought to you by Total Roofing and Construction. I look forward to hearing from them a little bit later in the show. And I've done some work on the show over the past week. The show is now, in addition to Spotify, on Apple Podcasts and Amazon Music. So a couple additional places. Those are probably the big ones.
We are official.
Yeah, it's legit. We're on more platforms.
This is awesome.
We're on the Tim Apple platform, and we're on the Jeff Bezos platform.
Yeah, I hope you guys like it so far.
And I did make a Twitter account.
Yeah, you had it right.
It's just at 9 to 5 Bears. No one has used it yet, but it is made. And it is there. So go and give it a follow.
We have no tweets yet.
I'm not sure. Maybe with the way the season's going, maybe we shouldn't tweet. I don't know if that's a good idea.
No, I think maybe we tweet sporadically, like, hey, post a tweet during the game to see how you're feeling. And it's just like, blah, like, probably not much to it.
It might just be like that chart the doctor shows you that's like, what's your pain on a scale of 1 to 10?
How happy are you? I'm not, actually.
It's not even on the scale. It's reverse. But with that being said, let's get into it. As I said at the top, Bears 21, Vikings 52. Ben Johnson's return to Detroit was, I guess, there are many words that you could use to describe it. Debacle, a travesty, just awful. Brett, how do you feel about our return to Detroit?
I mean, the last time we were in Detroit was definitely a terrible loss. Nothing like yesterday, though, but at least that loss in Thanksgiving was close to competitive. I just feel like this is the same exact Bears team that we had last year. Like, we've just continued onward from the last season. Now, mind you, Ben Johnson, it's going to take time, and I know it's hard to be patient as a Bears fan because but there's no reason to not be. Everything historically has shown us to just never get your hopes up. Yet we always drink the Kool-Aid. We always buy into what they're selling. And I'll tell you, whoever their marketing guy is, he is phenomenal because, man, am I just like running through a brick wall every offseason. But yesterday was just, I mean, it was bad on a lot of fronts. I will say, when I look at positives, I am happy, okay, this is 2 games in, and the Bears have come out and scored on both opening drives to open the game up.
Yeah.
Which is unheard of. Like, normally it takes the team, a full quarter, a couple of just dead drives where they just fizzle out, and this time they actually just come out and pack in a punch. And with the Lions, you had to do that. I mean, but defensively, you can't give up 52 points in the NFL and expect to win.
No.
But what did Cairo Santo? What was that to start the game? Just kicks it out of bounds, bro. That was a week late. What are you doing? And obviously, a team like that, you can't get them good field position, and they did that time and time again yesterday. And that's hard to combat, especially when you're already kind of a depleted injury or a defense.
Yeah.
You're not fully 100%. And then yesterday, you saw Jalen Johnson, who's supposedly going to miss the rest of the season because his groin injury.
Breaking
TJ
news.
Edwards re-aggravated his injury. So defensively, very, very disappointed in that unit. Obviously, you can pinpoint things offensive side of the football, the penalties, the turnovers. I mean, that DeAndre Swift had a good game yesterday, in all things considered, minus that fumble, which again gave the Lions the ball again in good field position. So I mean, it just sucks. At this point, it's just like, cool, this is life. So I mean.
Yeah, you touched on something I was going to touch on probably a little bit later, but I'll bring it up now. Kyle, if we could switch to the camera that is exclusively me so we can have the close-in. I'm looking at you guys, right? Listen to what he said, right? Because he's right. Why do we do this to ourselves every year?
First time I ever said that about
Why do we do this? Every year, it's the same like cyclical cycle.
Yeah.
Every 3 to 5 years, Brett.
Right.
The new GM comes in, the new head coach comes in. We and the front office and all the reporting like gaslights us into believing that this year things are going to be different, and things are never different. You do not owe it to this team to get your hopes up. You don't.
No.
You absolutely do not. You have to be like the only way to enjoy watching the Bears play football right now is to be where I am at and just be like, they have to prove it to me. Do you know the first thing I saw, the first play of this game that I saw? I went out and got Jimmy John's because my wife was hungry. And the first play
Shout out Taylor.
I saw coming back into the house was the Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. And it was like 12 minutes left in the first. And I was like, I already knew how this game was going to end.
Yeah. But again, we're completely right. They've been in a rebuild for like 12 years, I feel like.
Yeah.
Every regime that's come in post Lovie Smith, shout out Lovie Smith, by the way. Every regime that's come in, it's like, oh, give them 3 to 4 years. No, we've done that with every GM since Phil Emery took over. When he fired Lovie, that was just the domino effect of just the waves that we've been riding. Yeah, they made the playoffs twice with Nagy. The one year was the COVID year where they added an extra team. They had no business being in it that year.
Yeah.
2018 obviously was the double doink year, which that really stunk. But that just goes to show you how cursed this team is, though. You know, like they are just there's not a history of winning. Like I'm so tired. Like shout out the 85 Bears. I feel like I'm shouting everybody out today.
Yeah, right.
I don't care about the 85 Bears anymore.
Right.
I wasn't even here.
That's all we have.
Like we still hold on to that team. And yeah, as you should. They're an illustrious, just magnificent football team on every scale that you look at it. But, again, that can't be your only sense of history is one team 40 years ago. And unfortunately, this is just where the Bears are at. There's just a myriad of issues time and time again on both sides of the football. I do want to talk about Caleb, though. I thought Caleb played better yesterday. It's going to take time, and I know last week I was pretty irrational on things, and I'm definitely not ready for Tyson Bagent. You go on Twitter, and everyone and their mother is calling for Tyson. My mom even said put another guy in. I'm just joking. I don't think she watched the game. But
so I have some stats here.
Everyone wants Tyson, but no, we don't want Tyson.
I have some
Go
stats.
ahead. Give me a stat.
Yeah, I have stats here. You mentioned Caleb Williams. So he was 19 for 30, 207 yards, 2 touchdowns. Nasty interception that probably should have been thrown out of bounds.
Yeah.
Stupid. Odunze was probably the lone bright spot. 7
Looked
receptions, 128 yards, 2 touchdowns. I've been waiting for like a Odunze kind of like breakout game.
Yep.
And I feel like this was it for sure. The Bears as a team, 339 total yards of offense, 205 passing, 134 rushing, 5.3 yards per play, 19 first downs, 7 of 13 on third down, 0-2 on fourth down, 4 sacks allowed on Caleb, 8 penalties for 50 yards, and 73 points allowed in the last 5 quarters. So going back to the debacle that was the fourth quarter for the Vikings game, and then you have the Lions hang 52 on you. I know there's been a lot of talk, and I was listening to the sports radio in Chicago this morning. The target of everyone's ire this week is Ryan Poles.
Yes.
So I too feel like Caleb played a better game. I think he made some good throws. Things just kind of fell apart towards the end. The offensive line was just letting him get sacked. To me, this is more of a defensive loss for sure.
Yeah.
I think when I was watching the game and they had that situation at the end of the second half where Tesla caught the ball and they eventually ruled him out of bounds. And they stopped the clock and then they reviewed it and were like, oh, he was inbounds. That would have like ran the clock all the way down and they wouldn't have scored. But because of that, they had the 10-second runoff, 6 seconds left, and they scored just before the half. And when that happened, going into the half, I was like, they just got punched in the mouth. Like, it's over.
Yeah.
I knew it was over because this team does not know how to respond to adversity. Like, they don't have a spine. They don't have a backbone. Like, when something goes against them, they just cannot step up and continue to fight on either side of the ball.
Which that was a very confusing play, and it sounds like in real time, I mean, so, yeah, he caught the ball in bounds. It was pretty blatant that he was in bounds when he caught it, so the clock should have continued to run. And even I was like, yeah, the clock's running out. It's running out and hitting zero. And it hit zero, and I'm laughing. I'm like, oh, they stink. They can't even hike the ball.
Yeah.
Like, we're down 21-14.
Yeah.
Like, the dude, stop laughing. But then they call him back out, and it's just being – that's what losing football teams just never have things go their way. and that's what's happening right now. But like to the point of Ryan Poles, it does make you what has he really done lately? That's what it is. What have you done for me lately, right? He hasn't done much outside of these cool trades in the offseason, like DJ Moore for the after the first round pick that they looked into, thanks to Lovie Smith again.
Yeah.
Not to go look back 3 or 4 years, but look at the draft. Like, I get you got Ben Johnson, who's he's an offensive great mind. But what they drafted in Loveland at 10 and Burden, those are really coming into question right now. Why did you go so heavy on weapons when you already had a really good core of weapons? When you desperately need edge rushers because they can't pass rush for nothing. Like Jared Goff had so much time in there in the pocket, and that when your front seven's not getting any pressure, that makes the back four completely. It makes it even more hard to play the secondary position
when they're already banged up.
Right.
Yeah.
And then finally, I literally was thinking about it yesterday, watching the game. I'm like, where's Montez Sweat been? We pay him $25 million a year.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Montez Sweat bull rushes through, and I'm like, there he is, gets the sack.
Yeah.
Flag on the play. Tyreek Stevenson flagged for defensive pass interference. It's always number 29, man. And again, that's more of it goes back to that's a reflection of Ryan Poles. He's a Ryan Poles draft pick. Yesterday, Loveland and Burden, I think, had a collective 1 touch between the two of them and they had 3 targets. Those are top 40 draft picks.
Yeah.
And then, we could focus on Ryan Poles all day.
So
it is what it is. It's a Bears.
A big problem that I've wondered is, Ben Johnson utilized 2 tight end sets to such great effect in Detroit. And that was the narrative that we were sold when the Bears drafted Colson Loveland at 10. We're like, oh, cool. Like Ben Johnson's going to have these 2 tight end sets, do like all these like really cool things. And Colson Loveland has been targeted like one time.
Yeah.
I don't even think he was targeted in this game.
I think he had 1 target.
Yeah.
And
I think Cole Kmet had like 1 catch. And I think Cole Kmet had 1 catch. So it's like these are 2 significant guys. It's not Cole Kmet is not a bad tight end. So it's like, and we've seen Colson Loveland, like he got a lot of praise during training camp. He looked great during the preseason. So why are we not, like, I understand that you have a lot of guys that you want to get the ball to, but like, why are we not calling plays for these guys? Why are we not?
Why aren't they more involved?
Why are we not attacking the middle of the field with our talented tight ends that are like big guys that can make these plays? And I don't get it. If the first and second round, like you're investing in players that you like want to get involved,
right?
Like right now, like those are difference makers. Another guy in the second round, Ozzie Trapillo, is not even playing.
Yeah, he
wasn't even dressed.
Right. And
if you look back at Ryan Poles' draft picks over the last 3 years, I don't even remember like some of the guys' names. I'm like, we drafted that guy. Like who is that? They're not even around anymore.
Right.
Like it's terrible. Shout out, I think Velus Jones was a Ryan Poles draft pick.
Yeah.
I still get PTSD every time kickoffs because of him, like because it's like he was a disaster. So
he hasn't drafted a lot of mainstays for sure.
No, and you cannot build a team by just like throwing money at guys in free agency. I mean, you're paying Jonah Jackson, Drew Dahlman a lot of money in that O-line. You're paying Montez Sweat. Like there's dudes that are taking up like $50-60 million of money like right there on the line, and they're not performing up to that. They're not performing.
Right.
So it's like it's a question of execution. It's a question of performance, and those guys like aren't performing.
Yeah, I mean, it really does sting. Bears football has always been, smash mouth, run it down your throat, and then a great defense. And yesterday just showed you that the Bears are so far away from, again, not to keep bringing up the history, but that's what everyone wants, right, is a strong defense. And they showed you yesterday that they are far from a unit that can be competitive. That was the first 50-point game since a name I do not like to mention, Mark Trestman's team, when they allowed back-to-back 50-point games. Anytime you get a 50-burger on you,
bad.
That ain't good.
Yeah, that's bad football.
Ooh, you kind of stink. And the Bears stink right now. So, and then, again, it's a gauntlet of a year. You got 15 games left. 2 more weeks till the bye, but here we are again. Like, oh, give us the bye. No, I'm so tired of that shit. Like, I don't want the bye. I want every Sunday to happen. I want my team to play well and show up.
Yeah.
And yesterday they didn't do that, and there's just a lot wrong. But one thing that I do struggle with right now with Ben Johnson. Again, he's just finished his 2nd game as a head coach. He promised toughness and discipline. There are so many penalties on the offensive, just the linemen. False starts on Darnell Wright. Jonah Jackson had a holding call. A lot of penalties that really just don't help your team. Right?
There were 8 for 50.
Yeah.
Less than 12, less than 127
Which is
yards.
better than last week.
Still too many.
But again, Caleb's in his year 2. It's hard to run an offense when you start drives 1st and 15, or you pick up a play but it's negated by a penalty. That just is a gut punch. I'm sure as a player, I know for me as a fan, it's like, son of a, what are we doing, dude? Like, so there's not been a lot of discipline on either side of the ball that Ben Johnson talked about. But again, it goes back to there's just not a lot of leaders, I guess. That we're a lack of leadership right now. None of the guys there, they're all home. Most of them are homegrown or have been with the team for a while. But other guys, they're just no one's like a voice.
Yeah.
You know, like, and to your point, like you said, like when adversity strikes, they all just cower.
Yeah,
so,
it was very telling. We talked about in the first episode about the guys that were named captains. Like last year, Caleb was a captain. I think he still is this year. I think Cole Kmet was a captain last year. He was not. But like guys like Joe Tooney and Grady Jarrett, guys that had been different places.
Right.
You think Joe Tooney especially would he knows what it is to win, play, and I think that's maybe another bright spot in addition to Odunze is that like I have not heard Joe Tooney's name called, which is probably really good. Like as an offensive lineman, your name getting called less, I think, is better. It's a sign that you're just doing your job.
Yes. When you don't hear that number called on Sunday, that's always a good thing.
And even I think him and Drew Dahlman are probably the two solid guys. Like I don't know much.
He did have a penalty yesterday. Drew Dahlman did.
Yes. Jonah Jackson, I'm kind of like cold on. Darnell Wright he was supposed to be
kind of
like
regressed, right?
Yeah, he has not been the player that he has been, or just he has not developed in the way that we expected him to when we drafted him. Like
right,
with the
which
top.
also you could look at that pick. Jalen Carter was right there. So you want about him, and his antics, but that was a surefire pick right there. They kind of got cute with it with Darnell Wright.
The draft matters and hitting on players matters because that's how the Eagles have had sustained excellence.
Right.
It's what makes Howie Roseman such a good GM. He knows when to let guys go. He keeps like his talented core in line, and I'm sure they do some smart he keeps the talented core together. Guys like AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts, and you bring in Saquon. Like you bring in the impact players, but he complements that. And every draft, it's like he always sneaks like these guys. And you're just like, how the fuck do we keep letting the Eagles do this? That's how you build and manage a good team. Like that's how you have sustained excellence. And if you're missing on all of your draft picks, or if like now, like you said, Colson Loveland or Luther Burden aren't even playing. Like, those are two guys you need. Those are two guys you're depending on. So
what's the point of those picks then?
Yeah. He has had no picks that have produced, like, Pro Bowlers or, like, good players at all. Jalen Johnson was a holdover. Right. But, like, as good as Jalen Johnson is and how much I love him, like, he's injury-prone.
And he's going to miss the rest of the season.
And as good as I think Jaquan Brisker and Kyler Gordon are, they're both injury-prone.
Yeah.
So it's like we have an entire secondary that, like, can't finish a whole season. Kevin Byard is the only reliable guy back there.
Right.
And he's working with, like, younger guys who just are everything's different about this team except like a couple of the guys that have been around during like a lot of the guys that were around during Eberflus's time and Ryan Poles. And so how much leash does Ryan Poles get? Like they were calling for Ryan Poles' job in the Chicago media today. And I think that's a little bit aggressive because it's week 2 as much as we want to look for somebody to blame. And right now it's not really clear like what's going on and what's happening. Like there's not a specific thing. Like it's just bad across the board.
Right.
Defense is bad. The offense is not executing the way we expect it to. So like, yes, we're naturally looking for someone to start. I don't think it's realistic to say week 2 we need to fire Ryan Poles. They're not going to after they just extended him, gave him an extension to keep him around for 5 more years. So I don't know. I don't know what the solution is.
Well, and a lot of the Twitterverse has shared a lot of national accounts. His quote when he was introduced as GM when he said, "We're going to reclaim the North and never give it back." And now they've only won 3 games of 18 against divisional foes since he took over. I tell you what kind of shook my confidence in him was the Claypool trade when he gave him a 2nd-round pick for Chase Claypool to bring in somebody.
Claypool's not even in the league now. I don't think.
I don't even think he's in the CFL. And I think a lot of people right then and there are like, dude, what are you doing? Like that's a 2nd-round pick. And then ended up then he traded another one the next year for Montez Sweat, which produced that year. But there have been some boneheaded moves or lack thereof that have put us in this position. But they are just a bad football team. And you mentioned Eberflus. We got to see that ugly mug this weekend. And his team, but the offense just put up 40+ points.
Dallas's offense looks
and
good.
our defense is
not capable.
Just allowed 52 points.
Yeah, not capable of stopping that.
So can the offense get into a shootout? I don't know if they're ready for that. Yet.
Without Jalen Johnson, I don't think you're
No.
you're not.
You got CeeDee Lamb and
George Pickens.
Pickens.
Yeah, you're not. It's not. Yeah, it's not going to be great at all.
It might be a Matt Eberflus revenge game on Sunday, and that's really haunts me. And I don't like to be haunted, but I'm going to be haunted by Matt Eberflus. I've already been haunted by that man the last couple of years, and now he's going to further haunt me, and it's going to really piss me off. So.
The baffling thing to me is the opening drives, like you said, have been great. I think the stat was last year we had 23 first quarter points all year.
Yeah.
So we're already we already have
on
14
track.
2 games. Yeah, we're already like on track to surpass that. But whenever that first drive is done, or whenever they run out of like those first like 15 scripted plays,
right.
and they have to like get into like making adjustments doing that, they just like fall apart.
Yep.
And execution gets really sloppy.
Right.
But like I see. Maybe this is me just being a little optimistic. Like the first drive, like I see the matrix a little bit. Like I see what the potential is. I see what it could be, but then it's just that's not sustained over. They need to do that, but over the. I know that's like really obvious to say. It's like do what you did in the first drive, but over the entire game.
Right.
And that's just not sustained. And then when the adjustments don't work, and then they get punched in the mouth quick, 1-2. They cannot respond. They don't know how to respond.
And to your point, they don't know how to respond. You go into halftime. Last week they went into halftime. The field goal for Minnesota. Yesterday they go into halftime with that absurd touchdown, which shouldn't have been, but it was. It is what it is. And how do they respond? 3 and outs. Both times the last 2 weeks they've started the second half with 3 and outs. And that's just not. I can't stand 3 and outs, but I've seen them so many times in my life. That I just 3 and out. I'm trying not to say the F word, but I fucking hate 3 and outs. I cannot stand them.
Yeah.
Especially out of halftime when it's like, all right, hopefully you made some adjustments. And but also, what were the QB sneaks that we did in the second quarter, dude? Third and 1. It was 2nd and 1. They had a 9-yard play. 2nd and 1. I forget what they tried to do there because the QB sneaks took over. Caleb went back-to-back QB sneaks, couldn't get the first down. That was so frustrating.
Yeah.
So
we are not the Eagles. We're not doing the tush push. We're not Tom Brady, who's picking up every 1-yard sneak ever.
Yeah,
like
Caleb's got to work on his QB sneaks.
Yeah.
Or what's the point of Roshan Johnson too? This is where I will give Shane Waldron credit.
I think he's still hurt.
No, he was dressing yesterday.
Oh, he was dressed yesterday. Okay.
Waldron figured out before he left. I got this big back that could probably pick up a yard.
Yeah.
Put a fullback in front of him, and they had Doug Kramer. And they would get, the short yardage plays. And we went back-to-back QB sneaks with Caleb, who's I've never seen him do a sneak until yesterday.
Yeah.
He did it twice in a row. I mean, but it's like that's where Ben Johnson, I thought you're just, a creative mind for an offense. You can't draw up. He said he had a trick play for his old team. He didn't have shit.
Yeah.
We got tricked.
There were no trick plays.
Ain't Halloween yet. I don't know. That sounded right in my head.
The 1-yard gains. I mean, you have so many players that are supposed to be good offensive weapons that you think would gain a yard. Like, I know you hate it, but even like screen it out to DJ and have him get 1 yard. Or Rome is doing good. Screen it out to Rome and Rome can pick up a yard because Rome has done some really good things with like yards after catch. Like he's very shifty when he's not having like lay himself out to make a ridiculous catch from Caleb.
Right.
But you have guys like, again, goes back to the draft. I know we picked Kyle Munungai in the 7th round. But like
he was in the backfield.
Yeah, but like I saw like maybe like 3 plays where he was involved.
Right.
It's like you can't lean it all on DeAndre Swift.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't. Like he was trying to get going, and I feel like the fumble kind of derailed his day.
That was
yesterday.
Tough one. But I don't blame him for that fumble though. Like usually when something bad happens, I go onto Twitter and just see how everyone reacts.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's irrational.
Most of it's
that
irrational.
happens though in football. I mean, that was like a gang tackle almost. Just guys get the ball on the their helmets or something on the ball at the right angle, and it's going to go out.
Mm-hmm.
Bears have had that happen. They've done it a lot of times. The peanut punch, all the time has happened. It's worldwide now in football universe, but it just the ball didn't go the right way for him that time, and he was playing well until then, and then everyone's like ready to crucify him, which. I mean, you could say that maybe he's not the best running back for this team. Definitely wasn't for Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson got rid of him in 2022 after his first season as OC with Detroit.
Yep.
So like,
So now, after once again being gaslit by the team and the media all summer about how things were going to be different, we now have to adjust our expectations because teams that start 0-2 only have a 10% chance of making playoffs, and I don't think we're even talking about playoffs anymore.
Well, here's what's
Like,
going to be.
we are not talking
Here's
about
what's going to be
playoffs.
fun. The Bears are going to win this weekend by about 25 points.
He's back in
Um,
every time. He's
I
back
swear
in.
to God, we're going to win this weekend. I don't, but I really want to. It sucks that through 2 weeks. Again, divisional foes. I'm so tired of being the whipping post for divisional foes.
Yeah.
Especially a game like that. I mean, I just was hoping they would at least, if they would have lost in a less convincing fashion, that would have been one thing. But to just get beat like that and
Right.
the defense play the way it did, I mean, I think they made 7 red zone trips and scored every time. Or 7 of their touchdowns came from the red zone. So Jared Goff just got to do whatever he wanted back there. Gibbs and our boy David Montgomery, I still wish he was a Bear. They just got to run rampant, and the Bears are who we thought they were.
Yeah. Let's talk about people we wish were Bears still. David Montgomery would be awesome. We gave up Roquan Smith to replace him with TJ Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds, who, like, Roquan every year was, like, over 100 tackles. He just controlled the middle of the field. Like,
Yeah.
I know you would have had to pay him, but, like, he would have been the best player on this team.
Right.
Easily.
Right.
Easily.
Yeah.
Like, what, like...
I know.
And now, like I said, we're sitting here 0-2, 10% chance to make the playoffs for teams that start 0-2, but we're not.
But you're
like,
saying there's a chance.
I mean, statistically, yes, but, like, what do your eyes tell you? My eyes tell me no.
My eyes tell me that the sun is shining and we still got a lot of football left to play. 15 more games to go, and now's the time to make a run.
So, right, that's the context, right? And it's still early. It's still week 2. I was listening to a show today that people were already, like, predicting the playoffs. I'm like, it's week 2. Like, why are we doing playoff, like, predictions? What are we doing? It's week 2.
Yeah.
So that's where you have to keep it in the context. Like, I know things are rough right now. First of all, you don't owe this team the benefit of the doubt. Like, you don't. You don't have to go into the season, like, expecting great things because they historically have not delivered on any of those promises. You just don't. So just stop doing it. Just, like,
All right,
go
man.
in with,
Chill,
like,
dude.
measured expectations.
I won't.
You can't, but that's still how you set you up for failure and being upset.
It's
every
because I
Sunday.
like pain.
Yeah, I know that, but
I like it. I
but
like how it
maybe
feels.
your Sunday will be less crappy if you just go in expecting and be like,
I like to be
yeah,
angry.
this team is not performing at the level it needs to
I know.
right now.
I know.
And now we have to have a discussion that we are 0-2. What does a successful season look like for this team?
Well, I think a lot of people did say, 9-8 would have been a successful season, and now
I think that's the ceiling. I think that's
now
the
it is.
absolute ceiling.
Michael Jordan once said the ceiling is the floor. No one knows what that means, but he said it, so it makes sense.
Yeah,
He's the GOAT.
No, it's if he said it, then it should be ascribed along the ancient philosophers as a
Michael
great quote.
Jordan and the Bears have one thing in common. I don't know what that is, actually. So I'm just trying to make light of.
They both played in Chicago. That's
They
the one
both
thing.
had a good 85.
yeah.
Michael won the offensive player rookie of the year, I think, that year. I don't know.
Is it? Or
Whatever.
is that
I
the year?
wouldn't
Or is that the year he broke his foot?
lie. Shit, probably right.
I have to double check.
Well,
on
so
that one.
let's look ahead. What do you think is going to happen this Sunday? Do you think there's a chance the Bears squeak out of Soldier Field with their first win of the year?
No.
All right.
I can't say that.
I
and-
agree with you.
And I won't pick them until I start seeing it. Like I can't do it. Like I won't sit up here and like try to pretend that like things are gonna be better. I mean, by the end of the week, I will be excited to watch Bears football on Sunday because I'm a sicko and I love being depressed and I love pain.
Right.
That's just what we do here. Like
Yep.
everybody in this city can go on the YouTube comments and complain in the live comment section and be like, "We need to start paging. Let's fire Polls week 2." Like, let's be realistic. That isn't going to happen. Polls is going to be here for this season and probably at least next season too. Ben Johnson is here for at least 3 years. Like, they're not going to sit their number 1 overall pick and start Tyson Bagent in week 2.
Put that
Like,
to bed.
Shut up. Yeah, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So
If you guys want to play Bajent, go arm wrestle his dad. That's
yes.
about all you can do. He ain't sniffing the field unless Caleb. No, I don't want to say it.
It's not going to happen. Like, it's just not.
Yeah.
So we can just nip those conversations in the bud right now. We can have the conversations about how good Caleb plays and Ryan Poles' track record. That's fine. You're not getting rid of Ryan Poles this year. Tyson Bagent is not starting for Caleb unless he gets hurt. That's the only way. It's not happening.
Preach.
I will say, just to put it into some context, right? Let's think about this for a second because we were told that things were going to be different, and then we morphed that into, oh, maybe we can get to 500 or maybe we can get to 10-7 and get in the playoffs, which was probably just stupid on our part. Dan Campbell's first season with the Lions, he started 0-10-1, and then they won like 3 games that season, right? Yep. When Ben Johnson came in a year later to Detroit, and they started 1-6 when he was calling the offense.
And then they went on like a winning streak.
And then they won 8 games in a row. And then the last 2 years, they had over like 13 and like 15 wins. It does take time. Josh Allen did not throw over 60% completion until his 3rd season, even though I think the Bills were like still winning, but they just had a better team. So like, this patient, I understand that some teams like the Packers just like fucking reset their roster and are good like right away. Like, I get that. Most of the time, it takes a couple years. So this is the ride we're on for a couple years. Cool. Caleb will be around for at least 2 more years, probably still until the end of his contract. Like, Ben Johnson is around until like the end of the decade, and so is probably Ryan Poles, unless things just turn into absolute catastrophe.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. That's the ride we're on. So now we have to figure out how we can enjoy watching football on Sunday, knowing that this is the ride that we are on. It takes time to turn around a losing culture. We saw that in Detroit, which had a losing culture. It takes time to get that stink off of them. It really does. So, yeah, you're gonna have to find a way to like be able to watch this team. Like, I'm sorry, that's just is what it is.
Well, I learned a lesson, a very valuable lesson this weekend. Stop betting on the Chicago Bears. I do it because I'm a sick man, and I like pain, like I said, and I just want things to change, but they never change. The only thing that changes is how much money goes into DraftKings and how much they take from me.
Yes.
And then what sicko bets on Cole Kmet to score a touchdown, and the guy only has 1 catch for like 4 yards?
Insane.
This guy.
Yeah.
Who bets on the Bears to cover the spread? 6.5. This guy. Who lost every bet? This guy.
Yeah.
Like, stop, Brett. So
they wouldn't have covered the spread if it was like 20.
No.
Like, this has been a way worse spread.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see how Sunday goes. I think they'll come out a little not as flat defensively. I think somehow something's going to click, but I think they'll keep it around. They're going to be competitive, I think, on Sunday. I can see them losing by like 6-10, though. That's my prediction.
I will say this. I think we lose against Dallas. Their offenses looked pretty good despite the fact that
love to beat Jerry Jones'
it
Cowboys.
would be really nice.
And Matt Eberflus.
It would be really nice. We're probably going to lose. That's what I'm predicting. We have to stop doing this thing that the media and the national media do, and I've mentioned it before. They gaslight us into expectations for the season, right? And we're guilty of it because on week 1 we sat here and we were justifying like, oh, maybe the Vikings will fall off a bit because of J.J. McCarthy, or like, we don't think the Packers are actually that good, and like the Lions lost both their coordinators, maybe they'll be bad. It's like, until proven otherwise, all 3 of those teams were good last year, and going into the season, you should expect that those teams are good.
Yes.
Unless otherwise happens. You can't like try to be cutesy and game it. Like, we try to do this every year. It's like cutesy and game it and be like, maybe they'll be bad, and we make up delusions in our head. Until the Packers are bad, until the Lions are bad, until the Vikings are bad, go in with the expectations that they are good if they were good last season. That's it. That's it. Like, stop lying to yourselves. We got to stop lying to ourselves.
Now, on the other side of all this, the Lions were a playoff team. They were Super Bowl contenders. Minnesota Vikings are a really good team. These are top 5 teams in the NFC, and the Bears played both of them.
Oh, are you going to get to talk us back into it?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Are you serious? What else do I have to look forward to? The White Sox are about to end the season. Hopefully they don't lose 100 losses or 100 games for a 3rd straight year. And they've opened up against 2 really tough opponents. So that's where I try not to put I'm putting a lot of stock into how bad this football team is, but I do feel like a game against Dallas might be good for their health.
Maybe
not. But also, then, the Lions, we were just a get-right game for them. It's like, you guys think we're going to falter without Ben?
It's a double revenge game.
They did the stumble bum celebration after picking off Caleb Williams.
The Amon-Ra celly where he like hurt his hamstring. And I was like, oh, he hurt himself celebrating. Like he did who was that, Willie Young of the Bears, where he like.
Oh, that was the Patriots, yeah.
Where he like,
he had a sack and then he tore his ACL.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, and then he got up and I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. Like that's actually funny.
I laughed my ass off at that.
Because you thought he was hurt or because of the
No,
celebration?
I didn't laugh at all. I was pissed.
And yeah, Amon-Ra went off. But like these teams are good. They're gonna like be good. Like I was the Packers hater, but now I'm like convinced that Packers are probably a top 3 team in the NFL. I hate to say that, and now it makes sense why they went all in for Micah Parsons, because they believed and they thought they could win, and rightfully so. Like, why would I doubt the Packers front office? They've been good every year since like I've been alive.
Right, they make the playoffs.
Yes,
consistently.
they've had 3 quarterbacks since I've been alive.
Yeah, that's true.
Or like maybe 4. Maybe I got the tail end of the last one before Favre. Don't know. Like, that's what a good organization looks like. They're able to reset once their players are done.
Who was that quarterback before Favre, though? Like, imagine being that footnote.
Nobody remembers.
Yeah,
Nobody
his
remembers.
name's probably like John Shoe.
Yeah.
I don't know what his name is.
That's a good run organization. The Vikings are a good run organization. The Lions have inexplicably become a well-run organization. The Bears are not.
Nope.
We're the bottom of the NFC North until we prove it otherwise. That's reality.
Yeah. Reality sucks.
Reality does suck. So, but you heard it here. You heard it here because we did it last week too. Over the course of us complaining, and Brett does it so wonderfully, we talk ourselves back in. We get excited for the next week because that's what we do.
Yeah.
That's what Bears football's all about, baby.
That's right.
It's pain and suffering.
Until the clock strikes 0, we're still in it.
Yes.
We haven't lost yet.
Yes.
All right. The game's not over yet. Hasn't started, but doesn't mean we lost it. So, Matt Eberflus, we're coming for you.
This is what it means to be a Bears fan.
Caleb Williams going to just...
You suffer, and then you get excited for the next week because that's just how it is.
Caleb's going to throw for 300 yards this weekend. 3 touchdowns. That's me talking myself into it. I don't know if it's going to happen or not.
With that, let's take a quick break for our ad read. 9 to 5 Bears is, as it always is, brought to you by Total Roofing and Construction. Total Roofing and Construction was voted #1 best of the region 2025 in the categories of roofing, siding, windows, and doors. What does that mean? It means that the people of Northwest Indiana trust Total Roofing when it comes to the protection of their home. In business since 1985, same year as the Bears, TRC is celebrating 40 years of superior quality and service featuring well-known brands for roofing, siding, and windows. Our in-house crews have extensive training on designer shingles, premium siding, and so much more. If you want only the best for your home, visit TotalRoofingAndConstruction.com. That is TotalRoofingAndConstruction.com and spelled out. And schedule a free appointment today. Okay, Brett, we've already predicted what we're feeling next week. I'm predicting a loss. Sounds like you're predicting a win.
Yeah.
That's good balance. Yin and yang. Week 2 things of note. Did you watch any of the other games on week 2? Anything that you noticed?
Obviously the game of the week was Kansas City, Philadelphia. I didn't get to watch or see anything really from that game. But I would love to be in Kansas City's shoes where an 0-2 start isn't cause for, concern or cause for concern.
But they are not fun to watch right now.
Yeah.
They're just, yeah.
I did see at the end of the game, Chris Jones was like, Jalen Hurts was in the victory formation, and Chris Jones across the line was like, "Man, you didn't even get 100 yards because Jalen Hurts threw for 100 yards."
Yeah.
He was like, "Shut your ass up. We got the win."
Yeah.
I thought that was hysterical. One thing that stood out is the injuries that happened this weekend. So supposedly Jaden Daniels
sprained ankle.
He's I don't know. It's so early on in the week, but he might not play this weekend. Joe Burrow's out for three plus months. The Bears actually do play the Bengals too in Cincinnati. I think Halloween weekend. And then you have Brock Purdy's already been out.
Yeah.
J.J. McCarthy also is going to miss this week potentially. He hurt his ankle.
Yeah.
So he's out. So
he also just had a kid. So congratulations, J.J. McCarthy. Welcome to the fatherhood club.
And I see, Joe Burrow. Yeah, I feel bad for that guy.
Dude, the Bengals are such an inept organization. Like, I am so jealous. You have your guy. Joe Burrow is a generational guy. There's no arguing about that. And you do not pay to protect him.
Right.
This is what happened with Andrew Luck. This is why Andrew Luck retired. Like 5 seasons in, the Colts did not protect him. He was just like, I'm tired of getting beat up and going through rehab every season.
Yeah.
Like, I really am. And now he rides his bike to Stanford and puts together that team.
Well, and they're paying a lot of money to obviously Joe Burrow and also Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
And they
great
did
players.
Trey Hendrickson, they just signed some money
right.
now too.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's supposedly, and I don't know if this is true, and I didn't fact check it or anything because I also am not a part of the Cincinnati Bengals.
Journalistic integrity here on the show.
Supposedly, he had to walk off the field yesterday because they don't have a gator.
I saw that. I saw somebody say that
Bengals
meme.
don't own a gator.
I don't know if that's true or
Bears
not.
Own a gator. I'm pretty sure we have probably 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I think they're even wrapped with Bears, logos inside.
Yeah, I saw that meme. Yeah, they made Joe Burrow limp off the field. They made their franchise guy limp off the field because that was the meme. Someone was like, "They're such a poverty franchise that they don't even have like a cart to wheel him off."
Also, growing up, turf toe was always a funny injury to me because I was like, "Oh, he got it because he's playing on turf." I don't know what turf toe is, so I'd like to get a medical doctor's opinion on what turf toe is.
So
I want to see what it is. I want to look at it and I want to stare at it and wonder what turf toe
I'm
is
not
and why it's
sure.
so detrimental to your physical health.
I'm not sure either, but I saw.
I've never had it.
I saw a TikTok today that said this type of turf toe is like apparently under your big toe. There's like a ligament that runs underneath it, so like when you bend it and stuff.
Okay.
And that's where like a tear is right now.
Oh.
And so that would hurt.
That's a big toe.
Yeah.
Not turf toe.
Well, that's technically the thing for it. So I could imagine like when you're like have to bounce around on your tiptoes and stuff like that would be painful, and you would not be able to move very much. So,
all right.
And in an offense where they cannot protect Joe Burrow, he can't be out there not able to move.
Yeah, that's true.
So that was brutal.
Don't get turf toe.
Don't get turf toe,
as Eric said.
My Dolphins' demise take is still intact. They lost a pretty surprising game to the Patriots, and Mike McDaniel might have had the quote of the year.
Who's that?
The coach of the Dolphins. He said, "To win the game, you have to win the game, not lose the game."
I told you he's a philosopher.
Very, very philosophical.
He's a philosophizing guy.
Mike McDaniel. To win the game, you have to win the game.
Yeah.
So I might get that tattooed on my arm.
Really?
It's very inspirational.
I like that.
No. Maybe if the Bears go 0-17, I will. I don't know. But, yeah, the vibes are not good in Miami. Anytime you have a players-only meeting after week 1, you know your season's pretty much done for.
Yeah, you're toast.
So I found that interesting. Overtime thriller in Dallas you mentioned. Old Russell.
Russ Wilson.
Yeah, old Russell Wilson
yards.
returned and was, like, throwing bombs.
Yeah.
And each team tried so hard to lose that game in overtime. They kept, like, turning it over. Dude. Brandon Aubrey is the best kicker in the NFL.
He's a stud.
He makes 65-yard field goals look easy.
Yeah.
Easy. I didn't know the story behind this guy. He was like a soccer player, and like one day he just decided, like, he sat on the couch and his wife was like, "Hey, you could like probably do that." And that's how he started kicking. Now he's like the best kicker in the NFL.
I like it.
Like, insane. If you don't, and it makes Kyle Santos look worse by comparison because like if you don't have a guy like
his rubber chicken leg is
every
nothing.
week we're hearing about guys who hit like 55, 60 yarders like so easily.
Yeah.
You need that in your arsenal now. That's the modern NFL. So yeah, that was incredible. We touched on Kansas
Don't worry,
City.
we'll draft a kicker like the second round next year.
Yeah, true. One other Ryan Poles pick I like. I do like Torrey Taylor. He's got a leg.
Yeah.
Punter in the 5th round. So yeah.
He's punted a lot.
Yeah.
Since Caleb sent him that text saying you're not going to punt much.
KC doesn't look fantastic. I would never count out Patrick Mahomes. Travis Kelce just looks like maybe he should have retired last year and just rode off into the sunset with his soon-to-be wife. The Kansas City Chiefs are just not fun to watch. They're just not. Like, a couple years ago, their offense was spectacular, and now it's just like, I would never count them out because they have Patrick Mahomes, but it's just, it doesn't feel the same. The vibes feel different in Kansas City. And I already see like all the people like, oh, they're going to trade for Tyreek Hill or they'll do something at the deadline. And that would be awful if they did. I would hate if Tyreek Hill was back on the Chiefs. Yeah. They make me sad. So yeah. And then the Eagles also just win football games in like such like boring ways.
Oh, I know.
They just run the football. They have
Good
Saquon.
Teams win games.
Yeah. Something needs to be done about this tush push.
Yeah,
like,
I've seen a lot of aerial photos.
Did you see the sideline footage?
Like, yeah, an aerial too. They're all offsides.
Yeah,
should be.
Their center Cam Jurgens is lined up like over the ball,
right,
like in the neutral zone, and then they showed the sideline view of the last one. Like all the offensive linemen jumped before he hiked the ball, and they didn't call anything. But yeah, it's a rugby play. Get it out of here.
Right,
like, just get rid of it.
Right,
this is stupid. What are we doing? Josh Allen came out for a little bit. He took a knee to the head, which was scary.
My fantasy team did not like that.
Because my friend and I are like, just for whatever reason,
Bills fans.
No, but we love like our joke is that we still like love Mitch Trubisky.
Oh yeah.
So like anytime he comes in, we're like, yo, like Mitch is in, like let's go. And he texts me, he's like, Mitch is in the game, and I'm like, what happened to Josh Allen? I guess he took a pretty bad knee to the head, came back in. So yeah, and then we were extolling the return of Justin Fields and the ascendance of Justin Fields.
He was bad yesterday.
Yeah, he came crashing down to earth.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean,
he was TRB. I think he had a 1.1 QBR rating.
Jets, welcome to the Justin Fields experience.
Right,
right. That's what it was like. So, but yeah, it's an exciting week. Tonight, well, by the time this gets posted, it'll probably be tomorrow. But I think what are the games tonight? It's Texans, and Chargers, Raiders.
Chargers, Ravens. Raiders, yeah.
So 2 pretty exciting games. Those are all pretty good teams. Whenever Baker Mayfield plays, I love to watch him play.
Yeah,
because it's just like he's an insane person. I love it. And then Justin Herbert's good at football, so I love to watch him too.
Well, in I was at that Houston game with the Bears last year. That's a great stadium too, and that's where the game's at tonight.
Oh, you went there? Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad. But anyways, we had fun as a family. But yeah, that's a fun place. So I'm always excited to see that. Them in action, but the Texans, talk about a fall from grace from 2 years ago. I mean, I don't know what to expect with them. So we'll find out in literally 2 hours. The game kicks off. Yeah,
the C.J. Stroud rookie campaign was incredible, and then the last year and now some of these games he just hasn't looked like himself.
Yeah.
Which again, Josh Allen took 3 years to get good, so you have that spectacular rookie year. Teams have tape on you. Now you have to adjust. Now you got to learn to play now that they're prepared for you. Same thing with Jaden Daniels. We expected a Jaden Daniels regression this year.
Yeah,
he's hurt.
Who has very similar stat lines to Caleb Williams.
Yes. Boy, coincidentally enough. Yeah, strange.
Yeah.
Strange. And Caleb Williams' stats over his first 18 games, again, were better than Josh Allen's when it comes to touchdowns and interceptions.
So you're saying we're going to win Sunday. I like it.
The Bills the Bills were still winning during that time because the rest of their team was really good. So, again, put it all in context. Caleb is not the problem right now. I cannot fucking stand all the Bears fans who are like, oh, it's because he paints his nails. We have a quarterback that sucks. Y'all would not have survived peak Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman showed up in a wedding dress. He married himself. He showed up with a different head of hair every game. They let him go to Vegas for 48 hours where Michael Jordan had to go and get it. Painting your nails is a nothing burger. You would not have survived Dennis Rodman. So just shut up. True. Seriously. Right. That's what I think. Dennis Rodman was an insane person.
Yeah.
Clinically.
Yeah. But he won.
He did win. But he's also played with Michael Jordan. So I mean,
who also won.
Yeah, he also won. And we are continually living off that high because the Bulls are also terrible. Shout out to Josh Giddey who just signed a new contract with us.
Yeah, 4 years, $100 million.
What's
he done to deserve that? What's up? What'd you say?
I don't know. He made that one cool overtime or the game-winning shot last year, and it was cool. It was a fun game. Yeah. I look forward to going 500 again as the Bulls this season. It's just
hell yeah, brother. That's what we should go for. Mediocre.
Yes. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Nah.
Okay.
Bears are gonna win.
You heard it here first. Bears win on Sunday against the Cowboys. Here's hoping. That looks better. If it's a competitive game, I would be happy. If it's just entertaining, if I don't feel like we're shooting ourselves in the foot, I would be happy.
I hope that we beat them in such heartbreaking fashion that Matt Eberflus has to go home as a defensive coordinator and just man, what did I mess up? Because he messed up so many times as the Bears coach.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
What if we went on a Hail Mary?
That would be incredible.
No, he would actually do it the right way this time and actually rush and not allow you to complete a pass.
Yeah.
Or keep it outside or inside so you don't. Whatever, we're gonna win.
He doesn't have Tyreek Stevenson on his team, so they would deflect the Hail Mary.
True.
So another great episode. I think this is a sign of interesting season to come. It wouldn't be fun if it was all sunshine and rainbows, would it? Actually, it would.
No, it wouldn't be.
It would be fun.
No, it would be fun.
Yeah, it would be very fun. So if you want to get in touch with us, like I said at the top,
call Eric.
Yeah, call. Yeah,
his number is 708.
No, don't put that out there, please. But you can email us 9to5bears@gmail.com. We are on Twitter at 9to5bears or X or whatever app you want to call it. I will call it Twitter forever because that's what I grew up with. It's just this is how it is. And now the show is available on Spotify, on Amazon Music, on Apple Podcasts, and on YouTube. So go and subscribe/follow to all of those things. Please leave a like, rating, review, comments, all that good stuff. All the shill stuff. And we will be back here next week to talk about a hopefully Bears victory.
Spam call. Oh, you're calling me to tell me that the Bears are going to win on Sunday. All right, we'll see you guys then.
Take it easy. We're done.